Hey, we're the History Hikers. I'm Dries.
I'm Jente.
Welcome to Bourg d'Il.
And well, it might look plain and simple from the outside and from afar, but who knows what secrets it has in store for us.
Let's go and see. The ruins of Dil Castle rise up on an approximately 50-meter high ledge in the Sorbach Valley. Around the so-called Schlossberg lies the village of the same name. There's a small stream that meanders around the village, which separates it from the neighboring heights.
Though some claim the castle to have been built near the end of the 10th century, it was more likely built in the 11th century on the remains of a Roman or Celtic predecessor. Its lords were the Counts of Sponheim, and Dil was regarded as one of their ancestral castles.
The castle used to be much larger than it is today. The arched gateway we just entered marked the entrance to the first bailey. The church we see today was built in the 18th century at the site where the old castle chapel used to stand.
Close to the church is the entrance to the second bailey, and at the highest point of the castle complex in the north is the main bailey. The remains of the residential building still stand proud and crown the hilltop. The residential building is obviously the most impressive part of the castle today. 3 walls of the 4-story building remain. On the outside of the north wall, only visible with the help of our drone operator Orca FPV, you can see a garderobe attached to the wall. In French, it means clothes protector, which is basically a fancy word for the latrine in castle speech. Parts of the barrel-vaulted cellar are also still visible. Elsewhere in the castle, parts of the towers and walls remain.
Last week at Castle Schmidburg, we spoke about a feud which made the Lord lose his castle to the Archbishop of Trier. The same actually happened at Bourg d'Il. In 1329, during these turbulent times, the Archbishop's troops besieged and captured the castle. A few years later, the Counts of Sponheim received the castle back in fief. the year 1427 was an important year for the citizens of Dil. That year they received city rights in a letter of freedom given to them by the Count of Sponheim. In it were mentioned all the liberties, rights and duties the citizens had in regards to their lord. A huge improvement compared to before, when the lord basically had total control.
The many wars taking place during the 17th and 18th century proved disastrous for the castle and the town of Dil. During the 30 Years' War, only a few buildings survived, while several other small towns in the vicinity perished. During the 9 Years' War, the castle was originally spared destruction as French officers used it as their headquarters. However, when abandoning their positions at the end of the war, they did burn down the castle. A local pastor was able to convince the French officers to save the town and was regarded as a hero by the citizens. The castle would remain as a ruin, however, forever empty, forever standing vigil above the town it had protected for so long.
That was Burg Dil. Time for the arbitrary subjective castle score. I'm gonna say a 7. There's still a lot left. What do you think?
I'm going to say a 6.5. Indeed, there's quite a bit left, but it would get a higher score if we could see the other wall there, where there are some interesting niches still hidden from us. Luckily, you get to see them because we got our drone guy with us today.
Leave your own score in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.
And like, comment, subscribe and all that good YouTube stuff if you want to see more of these kind of castles.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye!